How you doing today, guys? Fino D from Finuccio & Sons. We are making bread for today. Saturday at 9:09 in the morning. If you're from Chicago or from around the country, comment, let me know where you're from. If I can see the comments. Just making bread for today. How you doing, Rowdy? Are you from around here? Oh, nice. Rolling Meadows. Very nice. Ah, Big Sammy. How you doing, buddy? I like your videos. You guys do awesome. Great, just cold. Right now I'm making bread. So this is our kind of, I do this every single morning. So we're, a lot of guys maybe don't do it this way. I do it where I make the dough right this morning and I make it this way every single day. So our bread's very soft. And it's not as maybe dense as a lot of places, because a lot of places put it in the cooler and like to kind of shape it. I mean, I make round rolls. So yeah, I mean it's very soft bread, and it's a little laborious, but we've been open for 6 years and I do it like this every single day. So it's kind of, for me, it's second nature. I have looked into getting a machine. That might be next. But I do weigh out the dough every dough ball, so it's consistent on a scale, so that you're getting the same size bread, and you're not getting some that are big and some that are small. But our bread truly is like you would make at home. So it's not, no conditioners in the dough, just, flour, yeast, water, sugar, salt, very basic ingredients. It rises. I shape them into dough balls like this. You could see, which obviously it's not risen. The dough is kind of rising over here, and then we put it on here and I let it rise one more time. LA Uproar in the house. The best DJ. If you guys like freestyle, it's the best. So that's why this is my first live. I really don't go live. But I think maybe I'm going to start going live at different times. I probably won't go live in the mornings because I listen to LA Uproar DJs. And that's who gets me through my usual process in the morning. So he plays the best freestyle. I'm a freestyle guy. So if you guys like freestyle in the mornings, he's in LA, obviously, but he's awesome. Well, thank you, Rowdy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think for me, I just wanted to go live. I think that's probably the next step for me to do social media and stuff. Obviously, my kids are more social media than me, but it's really helped us just get customers. Obviously, different channels of traditional advertising kind of don't really work as much anymore. So yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of the next step. I always try to show people or tell people that we do everything from scratch, and that's a big thing. If you've watched any of my videos, I always say if you say it's homemade, you actually have to make it. So I mean that's oh, thank you, Roar. You're the best, buddy. This is where I'm sitting here typing your comments when you're going live, so now you can so now you know. Thank you, Rowdy. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean, I think, in the restaurant business. Hang on, I gotta change pants. I think in the restaurant business, I think a lot of guys just say they're doing stuff from scratch and it's homemade and stuff, and is what it is. I'm not talking bad about anybody. I mean, everybody does what they do. But for me, I'm just a big from scratch guy, so I'm very I stick to that in everything we do. So it starts with the bread when you're having a sandwich. So yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, oh, thank you. Nice. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, if there's there's not too many people in here, but I mean, the people that are in here, we opened a month and a half before COVID. So I opened January of 2020. So we just celebrated 6 years in business, and that's it's difficult in the beginning, but I think any business is difficult in the beginning. So I think you have to stick with it, and you have to do whatever you do, how you do it. So I think a lot of guys worry about whatever the next guy is, and the next guy is, and the next guy is. Thank you, Roar, for sharing that. Appreciate that, buddy. I had no idea you were here 13. Yeah, Rowdy, you know, the thing is that I never advertised, and I never advertised for that reason because it was COVID. So, I mean, imagine we were open end of January, probably 24th, 25th, somewhere in that area, 2020. And we were open for a month. And when we got to this point in 2020, at the end of February, remember COVID started like St. Patrick's Day of March of 2020. So, I mean, before I even turned around, it was, you know, just terrible. I mean, it really, you know, I remember 2020, March of 2020, we were packed like the weekend before everything shut down here. And hi, Miss OG, how are you? Yeah, so it really it was difficult, you know. So I mean, it was almost like driving on Christmas Day every day to work. I mean, there was nobody out, nothing going on, you know, just one of those kind of things. But I think, if I can say it, I think it was a blessing in disguise. Hey, Gianfranco, how are you, buddy? You know, I think it was a blessing in disguise for me. You know, if anybody really knows me real well, I never was in the restaurant business. I was in the car business for like 20 years. So that was something that when you open a business and you start out really fast, it's nice because you start out really fast, but you know, sometimes you can mess it up because you really don't know. Not that you don't know what you're doing, but you just, you know, you really kind of. Restaurants when they open, and restaurants, any business when they open, you know, it's one of those things where you got to get everything not perfect, but when you're open in the beginning, it's hard. Thank you, my friend. All the uproar people are awesome. If you guys ever like freestyle in the morning, follow this guy, LA Uproar DJs. He's the best, and he's like the happiest guy in the world. So go follow him. I tell him anytime he's coming to Chicago, he better come in here. He's the best in the morning. Gets me through my my process here. And then, you know, I tap when I can. Whenever in between dough balls, I tap. Yeah, sandwiches. Thank you, Roar. Sandwiches. We make sandwiches fresh, obviously, throughout the day for people. Or everybody follow friends with. Yeah, you know what? Julian Jumper Perez comes in here. Miss OG, we're making bread. Julian Jumper Perez comes in here. Nicest guy in the world. You know, I mean, around here, Julian Jumper Perez in Chicago was huge. Is. I mean, he still plays, still DJs and stuff. He does a lot of house music. Tim Spin and Shomer does a lot of freestyle. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm in my late 40s, so I grew up on kind of freestyle stuff, even though I'm an Italian guy. But yeah, it's I love it, and my sons actually kind of make fun of me. They kind of know the freestyle music too. So yeah, he's awesome. Bad Boy Bill came in here too. He brought in Bad Boy Bill in here too. So yeah, they're very nice, like humble guys, nice guys. He's ordered from me a lot. He's brought me to like people like his dentist and stuff like that. I thought you were 26. Yeah, 26 and a half. Times 2 in my brain. My brain is 26 and a half. I still think I'm 26 and a half, but I'm not. I'm creeping up on 5-0, buddy. It's coming faster than I wanted to. So, yeah, listen, I think the biggest, another big thing too is, that's okay. We're all in the same age bracket. 50's the new 20, I think. Yeah, I think that today everybody is looking for, and not even to be like cliche or anything, everybody's looking for healthy food but clean food. And not for anything, but our food is clean food. So if you eat the sandwich, you're eating something like, like your family you would cook at home. I'm not a classically trained chef. All my recipes are from my grandparents and my parents. I have a lot of family in Italy. We just went to Italy this past August. So, for me, sorry, gotta reload. Thank you, Roar. Appreciate that. Obviously, social media is great for showing off the food. It's great for people to that you want people to come in here and try the food. It's obviously difficult to always try to get people to come in. You want people to come in and try the food. And hi, Lizzie Liz. Good morning. How are you? I think that it's very, as an owner, business owner, restaurateur, whatever you're selling, widgets, doesn't really matter what you're selling. I think you can get as many people as you want to your business, but you can't mess it up when they get here, if that makes sense. Thanks, Rowdy. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm new at this, so I don't even know. Thank you for that. Thank you, Miss OG. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the support. This is my first live, so this is what you get when you come into the deli. This is what you get. Me making wisecracks. So, wave and smile. There you go. Wave and smile. Yeah, so I think it's very difficult for people. People really want to get people into their business, which is great. But when you bring people, you got to remember. I think, smile and wave. Fake smile. I think when people come into your business, you got to remember you're on. I don't want to say you're on stage, but it's your time to shine. You gotta wow them. You gotta make sure that they feel welcome. Number one, you gotta have a clean place. You gotta have good food. Yeah, Rowdy, you're exactly right. That's just the way. That's the way of the world. But I think that I tell all the customers here that if you really, I think if you don't have people leaving here and telling 4 to 5 different people to come back, then you're doing something wrong. You in this day and age, you can't be mid. You can't be. There you go, Rory. That's a good young person, mid. Everybody. Yeah, you can't be mid. So I mean, you can't be mediocre to people, because if people are coming in and leaving, it's a Saturday, so people will be like, hey, I went to this deli today, you got to try it. If you're not above and beyond what you're doing, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, in my opinion. You have to be above and beyond. You have to have kind of things that people talk about and people remember. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. I think a lot of guys they think, hello, Cloud, how are you? Good morning. I think that you have to have people, I don't want to say in your fan club, but you have to have people that are repeat business. I have many customers that are coming here 3-4 times a week. Those are the people that have gotten me to where I am today. Those are the people that keep coming here, and I appreciate every single customer. For me, it's when the door opens, it's a customer. When the phone rings, it's a customer. That's just the way my brain works. Obviously, people that work here, to some people it's a job, but it's something that you really like they're coming home to a meal. Yes, that's true. I think you have to have, when people are eating my food, they feel like you're eating at home, and that's the biggest part. You're not feeling like you're eating a Sysco meal. If you guys know what Sysco is, that's just kind of a food company, big food company, but a lot of guys just kind of just going through the motions, and they think it's all about money, and it's not all about money. So yeah, Sysco, and not to talk bad about Sysco. I mean, I use Sysco a little bit for produce, stuff like that. Sometimes I use the bigger companies for produce and stuff, but everything else is all raw ingredients here. We make everything from scratch, which is a pain. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not easy, and that's why a lot of guys don't do it. But I think you have to keep good food at a fair price, and you can't wreck that. You can't wreck the trust of your regulars. So regulars are coming in, and you really can't have, we have, yes, that's for sure, or 100%. It's not always about the money. I think a lot of people can't see the forest through the trees, meaning they just can't see what the whole point is. And the whole point is that, yeah, it's something, but you got to do everything you got to do, whatever you do, you got to do it with your heart, and not, just because you want to make money, and just kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? Time to reload. Thank you for the gift. Oh I missed it. I missed it. I'm sorry. I was reloading. Thank you, Rourke. Appreciate it. And make sure anybody that's in here, there's like 12 of you in here now. So that's good. Everybody. Anybody that likes freestyle, go and support LA Uproar. He's the best. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. I really appreciate it. This is a morning ritual that happens every morning, like clockwork. So, again, it's one of those things where you say, we make it from scratch. Yes, we make it from scratch. We do it every day. Every day we do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, Rowdy, you got to come in for sure. Have you ever been here, Rowdy? Comments in this live. So I guess TikTok filters the comments to protect the community's experience. Well, obviously TikTok doesn't know me because I don't get really offended by anything. So. What's up? Yeah, for sure, Rowdy. Make sure you stop in. We it's sensitive right now. Yeah, we are open. I'll give you the hours. So we're open Mondays and Saturdays till 2 o'clock. Tuesday through Friday we're open till 6 o'clock. Open every day at 10:30. Oh, you don't have to be Italian though, like Italian food. A lot of Italian food is overdone, I'll be honest. It is very overdone. Just because I think it's easy. It's easy for people to kind of replicate versus any other culture's food. But it is overdone. There's a lot of bad ones. Not naming any names, but there's a lot of bad ones. Yeah, I think you're right. I think most people that's what. Well, I mean, pasta easy to make, you know. But sandwiches in Chicago are kind of there's a lot of sandwich spots, and a lot of it is nostalgia. A lot of it is. You know, kind of what most people kind of grew up on, you know, Italian food is only good in the north of Italy or north of, oh, thank you, Roddy, appreciate that. Oh, up north, meaning like north in Chicago? VY.764. Thank you for the support, guys. I really appreciate that. I thought I was going to be talking to myself today. Which is not uncommon. So but listen, LA Uproar takes the day off today, so I gotta do something in the morning. Am I in California, Cloud? I wish. Because the weather sucks here. I'll tell you that much. I don't know why I live here. It is terrible. We were at like 45 to 50 degrees, and like even this past weekend I think was like in the 60s, and yesterday was like 30. It felt like 13. So yeah, it sucks. But it's Chicago, so you can get all 4 seasons in 1 week. Yeah, summer's okay. I don't know. Goes by too fast. Yeah, we like the weather and construction. That's usually what 2 seasons are here. Weather and construction. Miss OG, this coming week will be in the 90s. Here too, in my brain, in my mind. You can always wish. Yeah, it definitely is. Bipolar weather. Miss OG, are you in Chicago? Can I have that bread already? Yeah, you got about a half an hour there, buddy. It's like, hurry the hell up. Oh, Southern California, okay. It is funny though, sometimes people show up like right at 10:30 and the bread's coming out of the oven. And again, it's kind of a double-edged sword of like when you're, making your stuff from scratch, people come in and are like, can I get a sandwich? And it's like, well, the bread's coming out of the oven. Well, how long is it going to be? Well, I don't know. Hello, good morning. So yeah, we make, I do this every day, just in case, there's new people in here. Every day we do this. We make everything from scratch here. We, bread, we do our own meatballs, we sell a lot of meatballs. We make our own Italian sausage. That might be maybe a next live that I go to. Thank you, Roar. I probably maybe I would do a live making sausage. Kind of a couple different tables that I use here for making sausage. We buy the pork, cut up the pork, grind the pork, stuff it. So I mean, yeah, that's a again, you know, obviously, you know, some people are sausage people, some people are not, but like Italian sausage in Chicago is kind of a big thing. But you know, grocery stores kind of took that over a little bit, and you know, when a grocery store or a vendor, you know, the big vendors kind of make sausage, they kind of do it in mass quantities, which is, you know, they don't take a lot of care with it. So that kind of, we do everything here, again, as simple and less processed as possible, which is, I think, the way everybody should eat. I mean, but you know, I think everybody's kind of going away from the fast food. A lot of fast food chains are kind of they're not cheap anymore, and a lot of processed foods and things like that. So I think people are looking for, you know, quality stuff. I think it's just hard to find because, you know, it's easy to say homemade. It's easy to say organic. It's easy to say, you know, less processed, but it's really not. And, you know, unfortunately, not, I mean, I am kind of picky, but I mean, you know, like I go to restaurants and, you know, people come in here and they're like, well, what restaurant do you go to, or where do you go, or whatever, and it's like, you know, I gotta give a tour of the place so people have an idea of the place next time. For sure, I will. Maybe I'll do a live from from like the little market. So, not to get off subject, but when we opened in 2020, we were kind of like a rectangular spot. And 2 years later, there was a kind of a State Farm agency next to me, and they closed. So I took the opportunity and broke into that spot. I took over that spot and broke into that spot and added like a kind of a little market. So it's specialty, more specialty than anything. All imported stuff. So everything from Italy. Pastas from Italy, olive oils, vinegars, a lot of cookies. Even though we make our own cookies, I bring in a lot of the Italian brand cookies, like Nutella cookies. Mulino Bianco is another brand that we do. You gotta borrow money. Yeah, you gotta borrow money. Listen, that's the way it goes, dude. No, listen, and I'll be honest, everything in the market side, the pastas are a little bit higher. I will give you that. But I'll tell you why. The pastas are a little bit higher because they are slow dried and bronze die cut. And bronze die cut means that they don't come out of a plastic die. They come out of a bronze die, which makes them a little rougher texture. The sauce kind of grabs on a little bit more. And the slow drying process, they try to mimic old-time pasta making. So people, I don't want to say people with celiac, because celiac's an allergy, but people with a gluten intolerance can eat those pastas and not feel the bloatingness and things like that. Thank you, Miss OG. Appreciate that. Yeah, you pay for quality. You do. I mean, and you know, you pay for quality, but I think, you know what? There's a fine line for that. There really is. There's a fine line between jumping on the quality train and again, goes back to it's not all about money. You know, I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, you make a little bit of a profit on it, but you're trying to be a specialty store. So for me, it was just kind of a little bit more that maybe I found a niche here and nobody's really bringing in these other pastas. No grocery stores are, you know. Yes, for sure. That's for sure. And that's really a true statement that you want people to enjoy the food. I think that's a thing that we want everybody to enjoy the food, because if they don't, they won't come back. You know, I'll be honest, not everything is reviews either. I mean, people obviously review. We have very good reviews on, yep, you have to be unique, for sure. I think there's a lot of people, yeah. The Don's in, the Don with the hat. I think, cooking class, yeah, that would actually be good. Yeah, I think reviews are important too, but you know, I think what people don't realize with reviews is that not everybody's going to give you a review. So there's some people that eat and me good. Thank you. Don't get me kicked off of here now. I think some people are just not going to say in a review if they like it or they don't like it. You know, so you really, again, it's one of those things where you really have to be on your game constantly and making sure. And for me, we always ask people if they like the food, if they didn't like the food. Yeah, it is usually just word of mouth. It is. And word of mouth is very hard to grow. For sure. Thank you, Don. But, you know, I think people need to feel that you've addressed a concern, even if they didn't like it. If they're here and they didn't like it, you know, you could tell. You could tell people say like, yeah, it was okay, or it's really delicious, or whatever it is. I mean, you know, you really have to make sure that people know. I mean, any restaurant you go to, they should be asking you, how was everything? Like, not in a, you know, intrusive way, but, you know, and maybe 50%, 60% of the people will tell you, yeah, you know, it was good, but my steak was cold, or my this was bad, or, you know, maybe next time, you know, do this or do that, whatever. You know, you ask, they tell. So, I mean, I don't know. It's maybe some people just don't want to know. Some restaurant guys just don't want to know if they, if it's something that they don't want to know. I mean, like I said, not everybody's going to write a review. If whether they like it or they don't like it. Just park ranger. Nice to see you yesterday, Anthony. Park ranger. Poor guy comes in here to get a sandwich and he gets his balls busted. It was nice to see you though, Anthony. I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying that. And it's always nice to see you. I personally don't care. What is that, Don? Don't care if they ask? Or they don't care? If they, if they like my food. Eat and get out. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and some people, really, I mean, all kidding aside, some people don't care. I mean, some places don't care. It's just a machine, you know? I mean, like, I think for some places, I mean, even around here, you're seeing no interaction with staff whatsoever. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants that just have tablets. Yeah, there's just tablets. You go up to the tablet, you put in your order, you sit down, they call your number, and that's it. I mean, less interaction. I think that, I don't know, unless the place has got really, really good food, it's not an experience. The whole thing, it's the hospitality industry. So, I mean, there's a lot of levels to where you go for a restaurant. I mean, if you don't want any experience or any interaction, you can go to a Starbucks. You know. So, I mean, I don't know. Kind of up to the people. Where you're going, why you're going, what you're eating. Yeah, I should have carpal tunnel by next week. I'm almost done. It's a short day today, so. Not bad. 8 people, 10 people in here?
Where?
In the life. 9 people.
2 people in here?
Yeah, 2 people in here. My star employee's here. My beautiful star employee.
That's it. That must have been the Don.
How much bread do you do in a day? It depends. Sometimes we do 100, sometimes we do 80, sometimes we do, you know, there's been a lot of times where we've had events or we've had just different things like catering orders where we do different sandwiches. If we have a catering order for like 50 or 60 sandwiches, that obviously adds on to whatever we're doing. So, you know, sometimes I have to make bread again during the day, which sucks, I'll be honest, but so yeah, I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast, you know. If number one rule of thumb, you don't want to run out of bread at a sandwich place. But it happens. But I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm waiting for you to come to Chicago. I tell you that all the time. So,
Okay.
that's my friend Uproar.
Oh!
Time to reload.
Tell him, give
She
you a-
likes me, so that's good.
Right, must se sentir. I like the rolling of the R's.
See? You're a celebrity around here, Uproar.
Right.
She knows the sentir. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Every morning. So I usually get here. About 8. 8 o'clock, and I make my dough and stuff, and then I gotta let it rise. So once I let it rise, that brings me to like around 9 o'clock, 9:05, something like that. Thank you, buddy. And then I set up, my station here. I got my scale and the pans that I put, because I put them in my my proofer. What time is it here right now? Right now it's 10 o'clock. So we're 2 hours ahead of you guys. So, thank you very much. And like about 5 after 9, 10 after 9, I usually set up my phone right here, and I put on TikTok and put on LA Uproar DJs. So, if somebody in here is not a part of LA Uproar DJs, then make sure you follow LA Uproar DJs, especially if you like freestyle. Because he jams in the morning. So, I try to tap as much as I can. The tapping and the rolling could enter into a new level of carpal tunnel syndrome. So who knows? Do I speak Spanish? No, I speak Italian. So I speak a dialect of Italian, which is Sicilian, because we are Sicilian. Both sides of my family are Sicilian. So I'll be honest, because I speak Sicilian, I do understand a lot of Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish that I do understand, because the Sicilian dialect is got a lot of words that are kind of close. How are you, Maria? Minchia. But a lot of words are kind of the same. Yeah, that's right. So, roar always goes palo, right? Well, in Italian we have bastone. That's why I always comment bastone, because bastone is a club. So that's why anytime he goes palo, I usually comment bastone. But I usually put some different Italian sayings in there. I have a bastone. Well, and then you can you know, like the Don, you can use bastone, you know, for other things, like to use for other things, which is. But bastone is club, you know, club, not club like the dancing club, but like club. So, but anyway, yeah. So, you know, this whole process usually is about a couple hours. Oh, thank you very much, Lizzie. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so you guys know what a bastone is. But yeah, you know, it's a couple hours in the morning. I mean, obviously we don't open till 10:30, and I'm here at 8 o'clock, which is not terrible, but I've got it down to a science. You know what I mean? You know, I'll be honest, I'm not a morning person. So, you know, thinking of me, my mom used a bastone. Everyone else, yeah. Still got the mark. You know, that I think me going into this, and I said this to a couple customers, actually this week, you know, there's a lot of delis in the area. I mean, we're in Chicago, so there's a lot of delis, and I've been to all of them. And again, they're all good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting down anybody, but I think when you get to the other delis, and I said, I don't know if Anthony's still in here, but I said that to Anthony, customer that comes in here, a really nice guy. It's nostalgia, and they always kind of taste the same. You end up having things to taste the same, and you know, because everybody's using the same bread, everybody's using the same everything. They're all really bad. Watch my videos. Yeah, I mean, I listen. I mean, like I said, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, in this day and age, you can't just open up a business and expect people to flock in and, you know, love the food if it's not different. Because these guys that are around here, you know, you finally got your moons. Dude, that video was classic at the end. I'm still laughing every time I think of it. Anyway, yeah, I think, you know, everything kind of tastes the same. There's only so many different ways you can cut the meat. There's only so many different ways you can have the same bread in the sandwich when it's all the same bread. And unfortunately, you gotta have something that stands out. And like I said, I've gone to a couple delis. No, you're right, B-dubs. It's all about the experience. It is. It is all about the experience and feeling welcome and all that kind of stuff. But I think in order to patronize a place and be, you know, somebody that's a regular there, you gotta like the food. I mean, you know, like I said, I got people that come here 3 times a week. I'm not saying I'm doing anything different than anybody else, but it's a niche. And the niche, it's the bread. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I use very, very good quality meat. You know, I don't cheap on the meat. I don't cheap on any ingredients. But you gotta, thank you, Miss OG, for that. You really, really gotta stay on your game. So yeah, it's all about the experience. It's all, but full boat. It's all about eating and liking the food and really liking the food and coming back and, you know, telling other people, and whether it's through social media or, you know, reviews or whatever it is, you know, it's you gotta be good all the way around. So thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support. Everybody, this was my first live that I did here in the store. And I really don't know what I'm doing. For me, I've seen a lot of other restaurants and pizza places and stuff kind of do these lives, but they're really not talking. They're really not engaging with people. And I don't know. I guess maybe I'm good at talking to myself, so maybe that's why. So, I like I said, I really appreciate everybody, coming on and just engaging. And Sarah, do you make sourdough? I don't. I just do kind of an Italian bread. It's very, I don't have any here to show you, but it's very, if you look through my videos, I got a couple videos with bread. You can see the bread kind of done, and very soft. It's very soft bread. And it's funny because some people, some older people, they'll come in and be like, I like the crusty bread. Well, mine's crusty too when I leave it out for 12 hours. So, I mean, like, if you want, old bread, then I'll come back tomorrow and I'll leave one out on the counter. So, thank you, Miss OG. That's very nice of you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, for sure, Roar. Yeah, it's, this is probably one of the only times, I'll be honest, I'm a hands-on guy here. I like, I'm in front and working. And where's your deli located? We're in Schaumburg, so 1612 East Algonquin Road in Schaumburg. Right? I don't know if you're from this area. Cheetah. I don't know if you're from this area or not. But right on Algonquin Road, just a little bit east of Meacham. So, yeah, we have a place to sit. I live in the Quad Cities. Okay. So not that far. But yeah, we're right on Algonquin Road, just a little bit east of Meacham, right off of 53. So yeah, we're in a little L-shaped shopping center, and it's we have a little place to sit down. We have a little market next to us, so I'm bringing in more and more things from Italy. I want to kind of do merchandise. I got a million ideas in my head, but I really just want to. Yeah, so good, you can buy me a sandwich since you're from the area. Let's see what we got. Oh, ship it via, yeah, UPS. There we go. That's the last row going in the proofer. And that's how they look all big and ready to go in the oven. So the ones that we just rolled, those have been in the line or in the proofer since we started. They'll go in the oven, and we will start baking them off. And that's it. Yeah, I'll be honest, like, the bread is a very soft bread, so it's not, again, it's not a hard bread, it's not crusty, it's got kind of a crispy outside, a little bit, but it's very soft. And, you know, it's fresh bread. Every day we make fresh bread, so it's a big thing. I'm telling you, it's a big thing. So, hello, Miss Farfan. Good morning. So yeah, I just how long have you been open for? I've been open for 6 years. So opened a month and a half before COVID. So January of 20, I opened, which was challenging to say the least. But you know, it's what it is. You know, like I think you gotta put your head down and do what you gotta do every day, and you know, you just kind of go along and do your best. The solutions definitely for sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, thank you, Roy. Every single customer, I'm appreciative for, and I'm a business kind of guy, but you know, it comes from being here when we first opened and nobody was coming in. I'll be honest. I mean, you appreciate anything you get when you got people that come in and come back and say, you know, we love the food and all that stuff. And that's, to me, it again, and I don't mean to keep driving this home, but it's not all about money. It's really about, you know, oh, thank you. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's not about money all the time. It's about, for me, I mean, maybe because I got a lot of passion with it and stuff, it's about people enjoying the food. It really is. Yeah, so I think it went well. I didn't talk to myself. Oh, thank you very much for that. That's one of these. I don't know where my heart is. I think for me it's good to get out there. I've been doing videos for like a year and a half. So that, you know, I do it on Instagram too and Facebook. So, you know, I think for me it's just about getting the name out there and getting people more aware, obviously in the area, and you know, to get more awareness. It's advertising, and it you know. So for me, it really has done well. So, like, I think this is kind of naturally the next step. I'll try to go live as much as I can. You know, during the day it gets it's a lot of interruptions and stuff like that. But you know, maybe. Thank you. Link up my Instagram. I'll have to do that. Liz, I do have, yeah, I have both of them, and I know you can go live on both of those. This is on my phone, so I don't know if, I guess you can see pretty well. And I got a tripod, so. But yeah, like I said, I think it's for me. I think it's more not just an awareness of people coming here, but it's an awareness. You don't know how to do that. Yeah, no kidding, right? 'Cause these kids know everything. I don't know shit about this. But I think for me, it's more. It's always been. I started this to show that we do everything from scratch, and that's a big thing. I mean, like I said, it's a everybody says it, but I'll tell you, I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I go to places and it's rough out there. There's some places that are just not good. So yeah, it's more of me. It's an awareness of everybody knowing that we physically do it from scratch, and we are doing it from scratch. So you know, maybe different lives. I mean, I think every Saturday for me, for sure, I'm going to do it. And we're going to start there. I might do it during the week. Like I said, I like to do kind of, thank you. Oh boy. Hey. I thank you, Miss Farfan. That was really cool. I think, you know, for everybody to see kind of what we do. The sausage is kind of a big thing too that we do, because I mean, around here nobody really makes their own sausage. A lot of guys buy it, and there's some people that make it. That's it. I don't have any red wine song to play or Vino Rosso song to play, but I am going to go to work for real now. Yeah, cooking classes would actually be not bad. That's a good idea. That really is. So like, you know, again, we do everything from scratch. So maybe some different lives. That is a good idea. Italian cowboy. Yeah. Where's my horse? Yeah, I think it would definitely be good for me to. Aha, there it is. So, what do you say? In Spanish, caballo. In Sicilian, cavallo. A cavallo. See? So, I'm not. I know a couple. See? Thanks for caballo. See? A cavallo. That's Sicilian. So, caballo. Yeah, I got it. You got it. Close. Very close. So, yeah, for sure. Thank you, everybody, for supporting this and for the gifts. I still kind of don't really know how that works. So I'll have to investigate it. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys staying with me while I'm just working, which is really weird to me too. That, you know, I can engage you guys with that. I appreciate, just like my customers that come into the store. I appreciate you guys just coming in here and BSing for an hour. So, thank you, Miss OG. Appreciate that. B-Dubs, I'm waiting for you. Wherever I don't know where you live, but I'm waiting for you till 2. After that, I'm gone. I'll put some Italian music in there. I gotta get a radio. I usually listen to music on my phone. So, I don't know how that's gonna work. Here's what I gotta do. I gotta get an iPad, and then I gotta like be on live with this, and then I gotta put LA Uproar on the other part so that we can listen to all the freestyle music in the back. We could go in tandem. So All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good Saturday. Have a nice weekend. Thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tapping and all the gifts and everything. And I will try to go live sometime this week for maybe a sausage video. Might be some interruptions with customers coming in, but we'll do that in the maybe afternoons. So maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. Appreciate you, buddy. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Ciao.